Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales. Thank you for joining me. I'm on my channel right now because I want to talk about what I have to persevere with during my day right now. For anyone who doesn't know, my landlord, St George Community Housing, has taken bribes from corrupt members of the justice system, and they've hired some neighbours of mine to try and abuse me to death. When I moved into this unit, it was called a safe house because I left domestic violence and I had nowhere to go. And I was so grateful that I got this unit. Unbeknownst to me, since the day I moved in, there's been neighbours here that have been involved in trying to put me through psychological abuse to try and abuse me to death. The landlords also put cameras in my home for these people to stalk me on. And I mean, that was 5 years ago I moved in here. 21 months ago, or over 21 months ago now, I wrote a letter to the New South Wales justice system, to the police at Parramatta. And I wasn't expecting, I was expecting some kind of response from that letter. I never got one though. It was totally ignored. And that letter was me explaining all the injustices that I've been through over the past 10 years because of the New South Wales justice system. During that time, I needed to call on the justice system 12 times, different departments of the justice system, and on every one of those times that I contacted them, they either ignored me or I was put through more psychological abuse. And that's because I've been dealing with family and domestic violence. Anyway, that was when more people in the community started putting me through abuse. And I mean, it's the majority of the Campbelltown community here that's been involved in trying to abuse me to death. And there's a lot of people that can view into my home illegally on these cameras. The landlord is taking money from people to view into my home, and there's some kind of grand prize or something like that in it for these people if they're able to abuse me to death. If they can cause me a serious health episode that puts me in hospital. Because the emergency services here in Campbelltown, New South Wales have been involved in this, and so have the Campbelltown Police. The Campbelltown Police and those people that work for the Campbelltown Hospital, including the ambulance services that I've dealt with over the past couple of years, they've been involved in this abuse, and they also view into my house illegally. The police here in Campbelltown view into my house illegally. These people can all see my devices as well, my laptop and my phone. Before I even upload this video to YouTube, these people are all watching that. So right now, there's only the neighbours and the landlord that have been able to affect me. And that's because most of the abuse has stopped here in Campbelltown, and that's because I've been speaking about it on this channel. I had to create this channel to save my life because I've been put through MK Ultra type abuse for the past 21 months. And I had to create this channel because there's no one to turn to for help. My family members are also involved in that. They've stolen an inheritance from me, and they also view into my house illegally. So it's a big conspiracy between a lot of different people, and a lot of people were lied to be a part of this abuse so that I would be isolated, so that no one would come anywhere near me because of the rumours they've spread about me that aren't true. Now, these neighbours, they're the only ones that can affect me right now. These people, when I tell you these people are desperate, I've never seen desperation like this before in my life. And what I'm trying to persevere through right here in my home is these people are watching me on illegal cameras. They can see into my bedroom. They stalk my every movement. The two neighbours that are joined to my home, these and others around here, they're obsessed. I don't think if there's a stronger word than obsessed, that's what these two are, especially downstairs from me. They can tamper with the air in my home, and that's because the landlord, St George Community Housing, has rigged their range hoods over their stove so that they can tamper with the air in my home. And I mean, they could put anything through those range hoods. They're tampering with my air, and they've been doing this for almost 12 months now, maybe longer. And I wasn't aware that it was that the odours that were in my home were coming from them, because that's what they try and torture my senses with different smells, and cigarette smoke. But this woman downstairs, she's also, when she turns on hers, it sends dust pouring from the roof. And I've been putting up with dust just raining from my roof for almost 12 months because of this woman. That's where the abuse has turned physical now. Over time, it's turned physical. It's not just psychological, where I'm smelling smells, which, believe me, can be absolute torture. If they are foul smells, it's torture. And that's what she does also. She has also sent raw gas into my home, or just gas through her range hood from her stove. All of these people that are joined to my unit, there's 3 of them, they all have the ability to send gas into my home because the range hoods are over their stoves. This woman downstairs has done that several times. And these are mentally disturbed people, and I'm not saying that to be mean. Go back on my channel and see what these people have done and the torture and abuse that they've put me through, and you will see that that you would have to be mentally disturbed to put another person through that kind of torture when they've done absolutely nothing to you. But all I do is defend my life here. Yesterday, I think I spent about 6 hours defending my life, and then it stopped for an hour or so, and then all afternoon it was on and off, like with abuse from these people. And sometimes they start at the early hours of the morning and they go through till all hours at night. And they've been doing this every day. When I first moved in here, there were a couple of neighbours here that were just hired to put me through psychological abuse. But then, and like they would literally premeditate conversations and things like that. And the information that they have has been gained from my family members and people that I used to be around. And they would say certain words in certain sentences and things like that just to psychologically abuse me. And they premeditate all this. These people downstairs have been involved for 5 years. The day I moved in here. And then 21 months ago, it got worse. That's when the abuse got worse. The majority of the community got involved, and these neighbours, oh my God, the abuse these people have put me through. If you do go back on my channel and watch some videos from, say, this time last year, you will see what these people have done. They've done so much. And right now, my life's in danger because of the desperation of these people. These people are so desperate. I mean, this morning, I walked into my bathroom and the woman downstairs was waiting for me to go into my bathroom. She's got a window downstairs, like underneath mine. And she had that window open, and what she does is she'll talk on the phone, and she'll talk real loud. And that's because I'm isolated. I've been purposely isolated as a part of this abuse by my family and the community. And I haven't done anything to deserve that. It's just because the justice system are trying to cover up things, and they're trying to have me abused to death to do that. Like apparently this is what happens um, in our country here in Australia now, that if there's corrupt members of the health system, oh, they're involved too. Sorry, the justice system, and there's people in the health system involved, which I mentioned before. They just cover it up by carrying out MK Ultra like abuse, by paying the community to abuse the person to the point where they either feel like giving up on their life, or they have a serious health episode, either mental or physical. So this is what they've done here, and the abuse just got worse and worse. And these neighbours, they've done so much, and now like they're really desperate. So yeah, this is what she did this morning. She waited. She stalks me around my movements in my home, and I've talked about this before on my channel. She hunts me. This woman literally hunts me around my movements, and it's all she does. All this woman does is stalk me to abuse me. And what she can do, she can send dust raining from the roof. She also abuses me with foul smells on her stove. And this woman tortures. She does. It's like she's been trained in the art of torture, or the skill of torture, because that's what she does. She'll turn up the abuse, and then she'll turn it down, and then she'll turn it back up, and then she'll turn it down, then she'll turn it up, and she'll turn it down. She just does it like that, so that I feel relieved. I feel relief when the abuse stops for that short time, and then she'll start it back up again. That's what she does. And right now, this woman's desperate, and I'm in a lot of danger because of that. The other two neighbours, the landlord has been telling them to breathe into my house and to send because when they turn on their range hood, it just takes over my entire home. Whatever they put through those range hoods, I don't know how they're doing this, but somehow it takes over my home. Instead of going out through the roof, it's all being diverted into my home. So they've only got to flick their range hood on for a second, and my home fills up with the smell of their home. And this is what the landlord's been telling them to do all weekend, because the landlord is desperate too. The landlord sits there all day and constantly sends people around my home just to create distractions and noise. And this morning this woman did that. That's how heavily she's stalking me. She was waiting for me to go in the bathroom. She's never done that before, but she must have opened up her window, and she's pretending to talk on the phone, and that's supposed to make me feel hopeless, because I can't tell you the last time I had a conversation with a genuine human being, because my family have purposely isolated me as a part of this abuse because of the money they've stolen from me. The corrupt members of the justice system have helped them do that. Corrupt police officers and members of the justice system that are connected to my family members, they've helped them steal that. And so this is why everybody's got their own motive. These neighbours, they're being paid to do this. I don't know if they get cheap rent or what, but they're being paid to abuse me. There's also businessmen in this area that have been involved in putting me through a lot of abuse, and they've been hiring out these neighbours' services because they can affect me by tampering with the air. Then from what I can gather here, there's some kind of lump sum that these people were expecting when they achieved abusing me to death. Must be from the landlord. So this landlord all day is sitting back telling these people what to do, and they just do what he says. And he's telling these two neighbours, this one next door and the one downstairs, he's telling them to send the smell of their homes through and to breathe smoke into my house. So I'm in a lot of danger because the germs, like he's trying to make me sick. That's what he's trying to do. I don't know what these people have. Disease carries through particles in the air. And this is what he keeps telling them to do, this persistently over and over again. And this woman downstairs, she's sending the dust through and foul smells. And these people are just relentless. Right now, they're watching my devices. They know I'm making this video, so they're trying to create as many distractions as they possibly can around my home right now. So what I'm persevering with right now And what is most urgent right now is that these neighbours get caught and this landlord, because, as I said, they're breathing into my house. Cigarette smoke, toxic substances, and on top of that, all the germs. I don't know what they've got. So it's constantly being sent through into my home. So I'm at risk of disease there. Then and when I say the abuse has turned physical, these people also watch my heartbeat on a monitor as they do this. And that's where the corrupt members of the health system come into all this, because they're also involved in this. They placed a monitor in my body while I went and had a procedure done at the Campbelltown Public Hospital in early 2024, and that monitor shows these people my vital signs. So they know as soon as I wake up of a morning, before I even move, these people can start carrying out abuse if they choose, because they can see I've woken up. They can also watch my heartbeat and they know when I'm panicking. So if one's abusing me and they see me panic, more of them join in and abuse more. So that's what they're doing right now. These people around me, they're just obsessed with causing me harm, and so is the landlord. There's 1, 2, 3. 3 of them are joined to my unit. I'm surrounded by them. They can all control my air. Then there's other neighbours around here. There's 7 of them in this block alone that can view into my home illegally. So they'll have stuff planned for when I go out. Sometimes they know when I'm about to walk out because they'll see me get my bag and my keys. And I have to resort to making short videos when I leave the house to protect my home from fire or anything like that, because this landlord is so desperate, I wouldn't put anything past him right now. So I make a video that just says, look, there's nothing burning in my home and I've turned everything off. So that's what I do, just to, cover myself there. And then, the other neighbours around here, they're viewing into my home illegally, the ones that are involved. There's 7 of them in these buildings that are. There's one that isn't. All the rest have been involved in putting me through abuse to try and abuse me to death. There's also neighbours from that end involved too, because there's a driveway and then there's another block. And there's people from that end involved too. Now, these 3 people that are joined to my unit, they are my main concern right now, because they're tampering with my air. I'm at risk of disease. They're sending dust through to affect my lungs. I don't know if this dust is dangerous. Not only that, I'm being forced to have to go over my home constantly just so that I can breathe properly in my home. This woman downstairs, she does all this to humiliate me as well. She does it to humiliate me. And, these people feel so powerful because they can view into my home illegally. And for however long they've been doing it, it's been making them feel very powerful. It has. Because the ones that are joined to my home, and there's a couple of others around here too, they're just natural abusers. They are. These people enjoy drama. They enjoy gossip. And they enjoy having that power over me. So, and then to be able to watch my heartbeat on a monitor, that makes them feel even more powerful if they can cause that to speed up. And, this woman, I've got to clean up my home, and, that's humiliating to know that she's done that. She lives within meters of me, and then she's watching me clean it up. And so are other people who are paying to view into my home illegally just to watch me be put through cruelty by these people. This landlord, St George Community Housing, is doing this. They're taking bribes from corrupt members of the justice system to abuse people to death in their homes. So, I'm in a lot of danger right now because this woman has sent gas through into my home. The way she's stalking me right now, I've never seen anybody so obsessed in my life. He's the same. This one here, she mainly does what she does of a morning and of a night. But it's mainly these other 2. They're home all day. This one down here, he hasn't left his home in 21 months. If he has, it's only been for a very short time. That's how obsessed he is with stalking me, and he's a known pervert in this area. So the landlord's given a known pervert, and I mean, this woman downstairs, like, she's a dangerous stalker. So this landlord's given, you know, like dangerous stalkers access to view me in my home and to be able to abuse me to death, to try to. But it's not going to happen. And yeah, these people are so desperate. They're so desperate right now, and this is why I'm in. They're watching my devices illegally. They watch everything I do, everywhere I go, every single move I make. They watch on these cameras, everything. They're constantly trying to think of ideas to put me through abuse, and so is the landlord. Then they're also tracking my vehicles, so they know how long I'm going to be when I'm on my way home from the shops. They know that, so they could do anything. The landlords could be letting people in here, and you know, I'm pretty sure he is, because I write in a journal of a morning, and sometimes by the time I get to the shops, because I'm followed by stalkers to the shops too who put me through abuse, and sometimes by the time I get to the shops, like, those are people who are viewing into my home. I have to tell everybody the big picture of what's going on here when I make a video, because there's just so much happening as a part of this abuse I'm being put through. So, yeah, there's people that are viewing into my home illegally on these cameras, and they follow me and track my vehicle too and put me through abuse. They're being paid to do that by either these businessmen that have been involved in this, or the police, corrupt members of the justice system, or this landlord, or people that have been involved in the Campbelltown hospital abuse that I went through. Everyone has a motive, whether it's money to gain or they've committed a crime. And then, yeah, so sometimes I'll get to the shops and I'm being put through abuse that I've written in that journal. So they'll know what I've wrote in that journal. You know, by the time I get to the shops, they've got people there set up to carry out psychological abuse about the things that I've wrote in that journal, just to let me know that they know that they've seen that. Sometimes I'll get people to come walk near me in the shops, and they'll be having a conversation, and the conversation will be about something that I have done in my home or spoke about in my home. And see, they want me to look crazy by saying these things, but I'm definitely not crazy. I think, you know, when this first started, people might have thought that, but, you know, now, because of how long this has gone on for, and, you know, people told a lot of lies about me too, to keep me isolated, so people wouldn't believe me. But now, you know, people know that I'm credible. They know that I've, you know, been on this channel trying to save my life here. And, you know, I think people are ready to find out the truth now, whereas maybe they weren't in the past, you know, because this is a very, for a start, it's a very evil crime. It's very, very evil. The abuse that these people put me through, it's like they've got to be the cruelest that they possibly can. That's what I go through, like extreme cruelty. And the fact that these people are so desperate now, they're even crueler. So, yeah, sometimes I'll get to the shops and I know that someone's been in my home, or they're zooming in on the cameras somewhere. There's cameras in my home and I don't know, because the ceiling's very high over where I do most of my writing. So I don't know if they're zooming in on it or if they're letting someone in my home when I go out. But, I mean, this landlord's abusing people to death in their homes by tampering with their oxygen. So I think he's capable of anything, to be honest. So I'm in a lot of danger. These people are viewing into my home, they're tracking my vehicle, they're watching my devices, they're stalking me around my movements in my home, they're obsessed, and they're just hanging off my every word. They are. And if there's a way that they can take that word and twist it into some kind of psychological abuse, they are. And yeah, the landlord's just constantly sending people around the house to try and create noise and distractions so that I make a mistake. These people try and keep me so that I'm constantly having to fight for my life on this channel. That's what they do, so that I can't live. I can't live my life. And my corrupt family members who stole that inheritance from me, they're watching into my home on the cameras, and every day they hope that I pass away so that they can keep that, so that they don't have to be held accountable. And you know, it's one person against all these people, corrupt members of the justice system in this town, the health system, all their friends and family help them. These people's friends and family help them, some of them. And the abuse is just everywhere I look, everywhere. Like, that's how they make it too, so that when I go out, there's someone coming from every direction. So they try and create everything that I see around me when I go out, so that nothing's natural. Everything is set up. And they're doing this in the shopping centres and in the shopping centre car park, and they're trying to cause me a mental health episode in the shopping centres. And there's 4 shopping centres that I go to around here, and they've all been involved in some way. So I need urgent help. Urgent help I need, because these neighbours, they're dangerous. They're very dangerous people, and they're mentally disturbed, the ones that are controlling the air in my home. So, yeah, I'm in a lot of danger. The air that I'm breathing is being tampered with. So is this landlord. He's dangerous too. And, you know, the fact that this woman's sending dust, you know, who knows? If he's getting these people to breathe into my home, who knows what he's likely to do? And if there's corrupt members of the health system involved, they'd have access to diseases and things like that. They could put a disease through here and then make out like I died of natural causes. So this is why I'm in so much danger, and just the way these people are stalking me. Like, how I'm having to live. Like, I can't go into my bathroom without one of the neighbours going out underneath the window and carrying out psychological abuse. There's even been people in the next building that have been involved that watch me, and when I go to my bathroom, they'll start carrying out abuse out there, like just psychological abuse, so I can hear it. And there's people over the back involved as well. And, you know, because these neighbours are involved, the ones around me, the other people around that are involved, that are not, you know, not these people that are connected to my unit, they've put me through abuse in the past when this first started. And it's, you know, they encourage these people. And these people that are doing this, that are tampering with my air, the mentally disturbed ones, they also do what they do for attention from the other people that are viewing into my home illegally, and from the other tenants here who want me gone. So it's so many against one person right now. I've been purposely isolated. In this town, there's no one to turn to for help at all. That's why I had to create this channel. And I'm making this video today just because every now and then I just like to speak to the camera and just, you know, let people know I'm telling the truth here, because what they're trying to do is set up a death, you know, set up my death, or they're trying to make me sick, and then just try and make it look normal, like natural causes, because the ambulance drivers are involved. So they don't care how it happens. I mean, they've even got access to gas stoves, so they'd be able to gas me if they wanted, and just say that, look, she was going through abuse, her family deserted her, and she took her own life. So I think that might have been the plan to start with, because why else would you rig people's stoves over a gas stove? So, yeah, my life's in danger. This landlord, who knows how many other people's lives he's taken also. And the Campbelltown police are involved, so there's no one to turn to for help. I have reached out to other people for help. They didn't help me. I think they may have been lied to about me. You know, maybe someone said I was delusional. Because, you know, somebody would sound delusional if they were saying that they were being stalked when they went out and They went to the local hospital and got put through 5 weeks of psychological torture. But this is like the state. This is corrupt people that work for the state that are putting me through this. And it hasn't just been going on just recently, not even just for the last 5 years. It's been going on since I was a child, because the people that stole my legacy and inheritance, they only ever took me in and looked after me because they knew I was going to gain an inheritance one day. I mean, I'm 60 years old now. I don't need anyone to tell me how I can spend my money or what I can have and what I can't have. These people have had control over my life for my whole life because of the lies they have told people about me. They've managed to change people's perception of me, and they've done a very good job of it. Because, I mean, yeah, like I'm 60 now, but they've been doing this my whole life. And I mean, I only started waking up to these people in 2020. I started to really see them for who they were and what they were doing. So, yeah, they're involved in this because of that money, and they don't want to be held accountable. And all the abuse they've put me through, they don't want to be held accountable for that. And I want back what belongs to me and my grandchildren. And that's why I'm on this channel right now, mainly for my grandchildren. And because these people that brought me up, they also brainwashed my children. So I don't want that to ever happen to my grandchildren. So that's why I keep going every day. So if anyone out there that can help me to get justice in this situation, please help me, because I'm in urgent need of help. These people are stalking me to try and end my life, these neighbours. So is the landlord. So please, if you can help me in any way to raise public awareness about this, please help me. And thank you very much if you've listened to this video. And my email will be in the description box. So thanks again and have a good day.